You don't have to escape the mind. It's not you who is in there. There's nothing to escape. You're not in the mind. It's not you. It's not you. This voice that says, help me, I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I'm in here, I'm trapped in the mind, I'm trapped, it will say my mind. It's the mind. It's not you. Of course the mind is in itself. But you don't have to escape it because you never were it. And all of this trying to understand the mind, thinking that will lead us to liberation, that will lead us to freedom. It's a red herring. It's a distraction from actually being the free being that we already are. We were never trapped. We were never imprisoned. Understanding the mind is put forth as making a map of the prison. If we believe ourselves to be in this prison, if we believe ourselves to be the mind, that's the linchpin of all of this. The realization of liberation is the realization that you are not the mind. You simply are not, any more than you are your fingers. They are a part of you. They are an expression. They are something that has grown forth from you. So they are a part. But that part isn't you. It can't be the whole of what you are. It is only a component. And you will not find yourself in the mind any more than you will find it in your fingertip. There is this obsession, and it's the mind's obsession. Again, this is not your obsession. This is the mind's obsession. But in a realm, in a world of predominant identification as mind, as this part of the self, there's this obsession with understanding the mind. Endless psychoanalysis. This is the trap. This is the trap. What feels like the trap, at least. But again, it's not a trap for you. It's a trap for your mind. And you are not your mind. So you are not trapped. You see? All of the study of the prison, the mapping out, the understanding of the mental prison, what we call the prison of the mind. It's a prison. We're locked in it. All of the understanding of it is not the stepping outside of it. You will not escape that prison by understanding it. You will not. You will realize your lack of imprisonment when you realize that which says it is in prison is not you. Start asking who. Start asking who. Who is feeling this? Who is seeking this? Who is seeking liberation? Who is seeking liberation? And the mind will say, I am. And it is the mind which is saying that, which is not you. It is that which perceives itself as being imprisoned. That which perceives itself as being imprisoned seeks liberation. That which knows liberation has no need to seek it. That which perceives no imprisonment does not seek liberation. The self which you are, that which you are, is not seeking liberation. Only the mind seeks that. Only the mind seeks. Because only the mind perceives itself as lacking, itself as separate. It is only the mind which perceives reality as divided. It is only the mind which perceives and believes that it is separate from, and therefore without or lacking anything. Liberation, abundance, peace, enlightenment, love, grace, fulfillment, satisfaction. It is only the mind, and it is the nature of the mind to perceive itself as separate, but it is only the mind, it is only that which perceives separation and therefore lack, because it feels itself as separate from, which is seeking anything. And you are not the mind. Anything that is seeking in you is not you. It is not you seeking enlightenment. It is the mind and the mind-made self which seeks that which it believes it does not have. You are not lacking anything. You are not seeking anything. You are total. You are complete. You are absolute. There is nothing missing from you. There is nothing lacking in you. That which you truly are. And you can sense this, you can know this directly when you see, when you go beyond mind. When you recognize, when you realize the mind is not you, and there is no voice in the head that is yours. Not a single one. Not a single one. So ask who? Who is seeking enlightenment? Who wants to be enlightened? It's the ego. It's the mind. It's not you. It is that which is not the true self. It is the story, the character, the persona. That which perceives itself as incomplete. Who is taking the journey? That which perceives that it has not already arrived. That which perceives that it has someplace to go. That which perceives someplace else, first of all, exists, and second of all, must be superior to here. That is not you, and those are not your beliefs. They're simply not. I am really struck by this asking of who, rigorously, attentively, continuously. Who is seeking to understand consciousness? That which does not believe it already is understood. That which believes it is other than consciousness. That which perceives itself as other than consciousness. It is not consciousness seeking to understand itself. Consciousness knows itself. It does not need to understand. It knows. It experiences. It is the mind. The mind which perceives itself as divided and separate from consciousness. You do not need to seek what you are. You are it. Anything that you feel you are seeking is just the mind incorrectly, inaccurately perceiving itself as separate from whatever it seems to be seeking. It's just an inaccurate perception, and it's just the mind perceiving it. It's not you. Who is seeking love? Who? That which perceives itself as without love. That which perceives itself as separate from love. You are not separate from love. It's simply the mind's inaccurate perception. And it does not need to be corrected because it is not you. It's not you. It is quite frankly none of your business. The mind can carry on perceiving inaccurately, and it has no effect on you. It is not relevant to you. Who is seeking abundance? Or fulfillment? Or grace? Forgiveness? Who is seeking that? The mind that perceives itself as lacking that. It is as the branch cut off from the vine. It believes that it is all that there is. It is the illusion of the separate self. It is an illusion. It is not the true self. It is an emanation. It is a part. It is the furthest part, like the tip of your finger. It is not the whole of self. It is as if the tip of your finger lost the ability to look backwards and connect to the rest of you. And so here the tip of your finger thinks that it is all there is. and that it is alone out here and separate. That is an illusion. You are so much more. That which you are is all, and it is total. It is complete. It is all. It has all. It is only this illusory self which perceives itself as without, as lacking, as separate from all. And it is only that self which feels that way. So then who is seeking peace? That which perceives itself as without peace. The mind, not you. Who is feeling limited? That which perceives itself as limited. Who is feeling fearful? Not you. It is not you who feels fearful. It is that which perceives itself as capable of being destroyed or diminished. And you cannot experience either. It is not possible for you to be destroyed or diminished. You are, and you are all, and you are continuously. So on the flip side then, who is feeling guilty? Who feels guilty? That which perceives itself as capable of inflicting or causing or creating destruction or diminishment. This is not possible either. Nothing can be destroyed. Nothing can be diminished. Nothing can be made less than it is. All is the self. The self is the same. The self is whole. The self never becomes more or less. It simply is. It simply is. Asking who reveals this illusory self of the mind. And when you realize that you are not the mind, you realize that you are not in prison. You are not in the prison of the mind. You never have been. That has never been you. Not only have the doors always been open, they never existed in the first place. There were never walls around you. There has always only ever been the vast, limitless expanse of your being. So anything that is seeking is not you, because you are not without anything. There is nothing for you to seek. It's all right here. It's all right now. So it is.